there is a lot of valuable things behind the AI or behind any other new tools that you might be scared of and you're not knowledgeable enough about. But that's the process. If you're scared about something, especially in business, probably there is something good behind it, and it's worth exploring it.
Hello, everyone. This is the Commerce Experience Podcast. As a show, we provide professionals with insights and tools to thrive in this ever-evolving space of e-commerce. I'm your host, Elena Kachan, Senior Community and Social Media Manager at Bloomreach. Now, I want to get started by setting the scene for a second. Imagine a world where your marketing campaigns are not only efficient, but incredibly personalized, reaching the right audience at the right time with the right message. While this might seem like some futuristic vision of marketing, it's happening right now, actually. So from predicting the probability of purchases and returns to using intent to generate lookalike customer segments on ad platforms, AI and automation are revolutionizing the way brands think about and connect with their customers. So today, I'm excited to have someone on the show who has optimized his brand's marketing using AI and automation. Please welcome Sergei Liberman, Head of Digital and E-commerce at Miele. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So good to have you here. I love talking to customers and I want to get your thoughts. And obviously, you in your position, you probably had a lot of experience leading a team and you're probably getting comfortable with the AI hype. And as the hype kind of begins to settle, and we move into the next phase of AI usage, I'd love to hear from you about what you and your team have focused on this past year. What's top of mind as the novelty of generative AI kind of wears off? And are you looking to get the most value out of that technology?
Right. Then this is a outstanding question. AI seems to be everywhere. It's just as trendy as a food pies, I guess. And over the past year, our primary focus was significantly changed. Now it's on leveraging AI to enhance customer experience and to be, more customer-centric, and also to streamline our operation. On a daily basis, we do a lot of things that can be just automated, and we don't actually need to pay that much attention and costly time on doing these things anymore. One of our key initiatives has been integrating AI-driven personalization engine into our customers' interaction. So this includes tailoring product recommendations, customizing marketing messages, and by that I mean direct-to-consumer communication, and optimizing customer service responses to better meet individual needs. And by all that I mean Bloomreach was at handy with all these purposes because it has AI-based recommendation engine, a predictive analytics engine as well, and that's very helpful, especially in our case because we has all the transactional data and customer data in Bloomreach as our customer data platform. And with this massive amount of data, it's really easy for it to understand it, analyze it, and provide very valuable recommendations and predictions that we can then utilize in our marketing campaigns.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. And obviously I didn't pay you to say that. You obviously work with our tools. So I'll just be transparent about that. But if people don't know about Miele, what do you guys do? Just to kind of take it back a second, just because these personalized interactions and these one-to-ones and you're using the tool, can you give us a little bit more context?
Miele is German household appliances premium brand with a long history of 125 years. It's actually our anniversary year, 2024. So 125 years of manufacturing of premium German household appliances, basically everything that you use on a daily basis at home, from combi steam ovens to cooktops, hoods, vacuum cleaners, countertop and built-in coffee makers, everything that you can find in the kitchen and in your laundry. That's basically us. But it's a very premium, but probably top of the line in terms of pricing on the market. And that makes our audience and our message and our communication very specific and very targeted.
Totally, especially when you're dealing with big purchases like that. I mean, you have all of the essentials there, and people actually need a little bit more time to make those decisions, I'm sure, but especially when they're top of the line, it needs to speak directly to them. So it's no shock that you guys take that personalization really seriously. I do want to talk with you about the zero consumer. I've seen that terminology thrown around by a lot of analysts and researchers, and for those who aren't aware, the zero consumer represents a diverse and growing segment of shoppers who share the following attributes. They're omni-channel shoppers. They scrimp and splurge at the same time, and they're not loyal to any brand in particular. And these consumers are demanding a Phygital experience, which I thought was really fun, where retailers physical and digital offerings are consistent and seamless. So how do you guys ensure that your brand is effectively bridging that gap between the online and the offline experience?
I really love the term Phygital. I think it basically started in COVID because we weren't able to, just go and touch the, whatever we want to buy in our retail stores anymore. And we still kind of wanted this experience, right? So that's how Phygital, I guess, get born. To bridge this gap between online and offline experiences, we're now focusing on creating a seamless and, let's say, integrated customer journey. So it's a healthy mix of robust omni-channel approach in marketing and communication, where our physical and digital touch points are kind of interconnected. For instance, our customers can start their shopping experience online by researching products and reading reviews on our website. Then they can go to our virtual experience tool, which is basically the whole Miele Experience Center available in VR, and you can browse it from your phone, you can browse it from your laptop or personal computer, and then seamlessly you can transition to in-store experience. Just go into one of our stores, but also having a virtual consultancy call or assistance call with one of our sales representatives down in the physical store. So, and we also, since COVID, we tend to invest more in technologies like VR and AR to enhance our in-store experience and to provide some kind of virtual try-ons or product demonstrations. We're doing the same for our loyalty programs and customer data analytics, just to ensure that we're kind of offering personalized promotions and services both online and offline, and the experience is always consistent and seamless.
That virtual experience, I think, probably helps people make a really informed decision. From my personal experience, I recently just bought a townhome and I needed to get a new microwave. I might be also in the market for a new stove and a new dishwasher. So kind of being able to see those big, huge appliances. I mean, it's a big purchase. Seeing them in my space would be a huge benefit. But then in addition to that, like maybe them sending me an email about what I might need after that. So I'm curious to hear if you're seeing consumers kind of doing their research online, but actually coming into the store, or are they purchasing online as well? Especially with all of the technology that you've implemented with the virtual reality things.
Yeah, you probably will be surprised as I was when I was 100% sure that people will buy online, just small domestic appliances, maybe some detergents, and that's it. But when I started to see incoming orders for, full 60 inches ranges or French doors, refrigerators and whatsoever, and the combi steam ovens from people who haven't been in touch with us before. So they haven't been in our retail store. They haven't seen the appliance physically, and they making these kind of decisions. That's a change of era. That's a change of mindset, and we should be on top of that.
In the report that I was reading, McKinsey was kind of on point when they said successful strategies are founded on the notion that the consumers are in charge, and the retailers that embrace consumer-driven commerce are going to be the winners. And that relationship extends to industries like food and beverage and travel and hospitality even. So that doesn't surprise me. And I love that you said we're in a new era, because customer-centric companies are 60% more profitable than companies that don't focus on customers. So you have to be up to date on what the consumer is doing. So It sounds like you guys are already on the forefront of providing that customer-centric experience, and it's no longer a nice to have, but almost a need to have, wouldn't you say?
It's definitely a must-have. We basically changed the whole approach in our communication globally in 2022, and then it's going forward to 2030, the whole 10 years, 8 years strategy from product-oriented or product-centric approach to customer-centric. Because if you think about it, us, but not only us and most other brands, our competitors and other retailers, they just there was a common thing to advertise on, what are the perks and features of the products we're selling, but it's not focused on the needs and insights of the customer. And now it's completely vice versa, I guess. So yeah, definitely it's a must-have in today's competitive market. And customers expect brands to, understand their needs, preferences, and to provide personalized and seamless interactions across all touch points, and that's also a must. That's also just a given expectation right now. And at Miele, we really try to prioritize customer-centric strategies, practicing active listening. I think it's a that's a term that a lot of psychotherapists use, but that's very applicable in marketing as well.
As a marketer, I constantly think about the conversation that happens between the brand and the consumer. You have to know what they feel about the product. Obviously, you have to have a good product, but you want to hear like if there are any features that they're missing or any features that they're loving, and maybe implement that into your product marketing piece. But I think keeping your ear to the ground is the smartest thing a marketer can do, because you wouldn't be anything without your customers. So knowing what they need, knowing what they want is so important. And that's where loyalty comes in too, because building that relationship, they'll come back to you. And as we're seeing now, consumers are less likely to be loyal to one brand, but they are interested in an experience. What methods have you found most effective for building those relationships with your customers through the digital channels? Obviously, keeping your ear to the ground, the social listening, but does technology play that role that you're hoping for?
So one thing I really want to talk about in this case is the metric that we developed internally, and really proud to talk about that because I'm definitely one of the actors on developing this metric and not tracking it. We call it Customer Delight Score. It's basically a metric that tracks everything from survey results to product ratings and reviews across all the platforms and channels, not only in our own web shop, but also across all the marketplaces and other platforms. Every single voice of the customer that we can get there from different sources. We have surveys after every single call that we have with the customer. We have surveys after purchase made, after delivery was made, and a year after the delivery. So when the customer can provide a very detailed and specific feedback of the usage and ownership of the appliance. And we put it all together in one dashboard, and we basically check in for each and every media market, and we have 48 globally. How are we doing in terms of customer delight score? And we have a specific annual goal. So of course, it's more than 84% out of 100, because the motto of Miele is Immer besser, which translates from German to English is forever better, meaning that we always striving to get better. So it's endless journey for us. But this customer delight score is already a KPI for every single market out there for Miele. And we are striving not only marketing, but customer contact center, customer service, sales. Every single department is striving to get this score done and to get as high as we can.
That is so cool. The fact that you guys are making it a company-wide mission and goal to continuously stay better or get better. I think that that's so huge. And I think a lot of listeners and brands might want to adopt that mindset and strategy. But the fact that you have so many touch points, you said like right after they purchase, and then maybe like, after it's been delivered and a year even into using the product, it's like, how are you feeling? What's the sentiment? So that's really cool that you guys do that. And you said that you were one of the orchestrators of that.
There are some parts of my job that within my job description, and the other parts are not. And these are the parts that I'm passionate about the most, which is digital transformation of the company and the customer delight. So they're not mentioned anywhere in my job title or description, but that's what I'm mostly passionate about, and that's my stride. What makes me takes me out of my bed in the morning.
There's always like what you have to do and what you want to do in your role. And I think finding those pieces of your job that like actually get you fired up and actually want you to take like help you drive things forward. People recognize that passion, of course, and that also like translates when it comes to customer experience. So I just want to commend you because I feel like as marketers and merchandisers, we're always looking to stay on top of our game, get better as the years go on. So that's what we try to do with this podcast and trying to help people kind of get there. So talking to people like you is always a bonus. So I want to take you into the next question because I do think that marketers are trying to navigate these demands at scale. And I know technology is helping, but specifically automation. I saw a recent stat from HubSpot that marketers who use automation are 46% more likely to report having an effective marketing strategy. Can you provide an example of like maybe a campaign or a marketing workflow where that automation kind of made that difference in efficiency or outcomes? It sounds like you kind of automate those survey requests, but anything else you can think of when it comes to automation that has really helped you?
Well, it's really hard to emphasize just one because since we introduced Boomreach at Miele Canada, we basically developed 71 different automated scenarios based on different triggers and events happening on the website, happening on the ERP system. For example, if something was delivered, that was sending a welcome email. It's fully automated, and it's basically a chain of emails saying hi, part of the Miele family, and then providing some crucial data about the brand, about the family, and about our history, but then about the specific product that they purchased, and then another email in 2 weeks saying and talking more about the whole category, because it's not just one product. There are some, other products that might be interested for the customer, and then talking about the detergents and, cleaning things that they can buy for their appliances and how they can maintain it to make it, last longer. And then talking about other categories, because let's say you purchased a microwave from your previous example, but then does it mean you're not interested or won't be interested in our vacuum cleaners or countertop coffee makers or the laundry unit? And there is definitely the whole story that we can tell you as a customer, and it will be a lifestyle story about our appliances and how useful and valuable they can be in your day-to-day routine.
It's very cool to see that you guys have 71 plus workflows that you can utilize. That's really awesome.
But that's just one part, and I definitely want to emphasize the Boomreach's way, because it seems to be that it's just understood as a email marketing tool first, but it's not, because we also have several automated scenarios for our Meta and our Google and our programmatic campaigns, utilizing Boomreach as well. Because if you think about it, it's a customer data platform, and if you do a good job on segmenting people within your customer database, then you can utilize basically all the marketing channels that you're using to utilize retargeting and many other features using the transactional data.
We actually have a case study that we worked with you guys on. So I'll actually share that in the episode notes, because I think if anybody's interested in how you guys are doing this, we've kind of outlined it in partnership with you and your team, which would be really cool for people to see. So I love that you shared a few. And I think that this podcast is just to get the wheels turning, get people thinking creatively, and get that flow going. But I want to hear from you too about your experience at Miele. What advice would you give to companies just starting to explore these technologies, maybe in terms of avoiding common pitfalls, or how can they maximize return on investment? Any advice that you can share?
For companies who just started exploring new technologies, my advice would be to start with clear objectives and goals, and focus on specific use cases that these tools can deliver, and if they can deliver a measurable value. And it's really important to avoid the hype and concentrate on very practical, down-to-earth applications that will really help to solve real business problems. As a representative of very traditional and conservative family-based German company, I would say invest in the right talents, be open-minded, don't be prejudiced about any types of technology, vendors. All AI is a hype. There is nothing valuable behind it. There is a lot of valuable things behind the AI, or behind any other new tools that you might be scared of and you're not knowledgeable enough about. But that's the process. If you're scared about something, especially in business, probably there is something good behind it, and it's worth exploring it.
Yeah, I always do that too. Anytime I'm evaluating a technology tool that's going to help me get to where I need to go, I'm always trying to keep an open mind. I try not to be super biased, but like finding the right tool that works for your right use case and being realistic about your business objectives and what you really want to accomplish, I think is so important. How many people do you have working on the marketing side, or even the personalization aspect, or even the customer delight? Like, how can you give us a context of scale for you guys?
I mean, as I mentioned, with it's 48 markets in Miele world, so in every single market, there is at least one person working on customer delight score and the whole project. At least one person who works on let's go with customer relationships development or management. But in our case, our company and our team specifically in Canada is very lean. So it's just me and couple guys from my team covering it all, from direct to consumer communication to any kind of email marketing, SMS. Web and mobile push notifications, service, customer delight score. It's just on our shoulders, I guess, just 3 people.
I recently saw a note about Wimbledon, the tennis tournament. Apparently they put out 1,000 pieces of content and they received like hundreds of thousands of followers in like 15 days. And I was curious because as someone who creates content, I'm like, how many people did it take to put out that much content, to generate that hype, to get connected with their community? Like, how did they do it? So I'm always very curious about the behind the scenes and really like what it takes to be successful. And it seems like you guys are doing it really well. So I appreciate you kind of shedding some light on the behind the scenes inside look for us. Obviously you guys are a great customer of ours. So I was really happy to get that insight from you. This has been an amazing conversation, but I do want to close out with a fun one. I'm always looking for new resources, and obviously I'm going to share your case study in the episode notes, but I'm curious about how you stay up to date with all the trends and things to know about the industry. Like, how do you stay on top of it? What are the resources you go to? I know everybody has their like favorite combination pattern when they wake up in the morning. So anything you can share that would be helpful for the listeners?
Yeah, I'm pretty chaotic and inconsistent person here. Guilty as charged, but I have some of the resources that I always refer to, and I always read, when I wake up or dropping off kids to school. Definitely a HubSpot blog, Neil Patel blog as well, Moz blog. It's just I guess, three top of the line marketeers resources, and then always online on Twitter, or it's X now, right? Reddit, Telegram has tons of very valuable marketing channels. So yeah, that would be my short list.
Sergei, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate you sharing all of your insights with us.
Thank you for having me.
And if you guys want to give him a follow or Miele a follow, please do that on LinkedIn. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you are enjoying a lot of our recent content, be sure to subscribe for our biweekly episode drops. And don't forget to rate us 5 stars on your streaming platform of choice. And if you're looking for more content from thought leaders in e-commerce and AI, if you can't attend the Edge Summit in New York City or London, you can access our content online. So this is something we're really pushing. We're going to be live streaming all of our keynotes free of charge. But by registering, you'll be able to unlock all of that digital content with conversations from our panelists after both events. So don't let the distance keep you from being a part of all of the fun conversations. And you can register with our link here in the show notes. But until next time, we'll see ya. Bye.